face of fear. Well, it should be, because what I'm about to tell you is a hidden history of where I live. We might actually call it a Dale tale. We're currently here in this, well, protected space from above, but a lot of places it's made out of stone. This is a little bit of fun that I'm going to take you on. And where are we? We are in the location of Bendigo. Yeah, that's where we are. Middle of regional Victoria. It's where a lot of people go. It's a pretty town, but it was not always a pretty town. A lot of people came here for gold, but little did they know what laid before them. Because what a lot of people don't realise is Bendigo's got a secondary name. It is called Dragon City. Now, not everybody knows that. It's mainly local knowledge, but I'm going to show you a little bit of that hidden history and just some things to prove it, and well, my take on the tale. As you can see, it's a hustling and bustling little town. We get a lot of tourist intake here, and little do they know of what they're actually walking into. All right, well, let's go explore, hey? They call it around the bend I go. So what a lot of people don't realise, that Bendigo is actually divided. Right through the middle of it all is the Bendigo Creek. You can see the original bluestone, and this is the original sandstone work. And these were the natural materials of the area that do not burn. Constant water running through it. And why would that be necessary? Well, because of the dragon napalm that was happening. If you needed emergency shelter, well, you'd probably run under here. That's 100 meters of coverage there, folks. Very important. But the story of what I'm telling you is going to unfold a little bit over here. They look like just local tourist attractions, but they have well, a hidden history meaning. So I wanted to show you just a couple of suburbs here in Bendigo. There won't be much to look at, but I'll just take you there and see what you think of the names. I might explain a little bit about it as well. Let's go do that. Well, it's a bit of a derelict church here, not used anymore, but it proves that I'm here in Long Gully, one of the first suburbs I wanted to show you. So what's this all about? Well, it's about this Dale tale, you know. I believe there was a dragon here that occupied Bendigo originally. So when all the miners, those in search of gold, came here, they didn't realise that there was a dragon. So about 20% of those in search of gold were the Chinese community. Now, the dragon word in Chinese is either lung, lang, or long. And there you go, Long Gully. So was it Dragon Gully? Was this where the dragon had its territory? This is where it lived? Maybe so. Well, let's move on to the next suburb anyway. This one is actually called Maiden Gully. This is the Maiden Gully IGA. which is a supply of food, which ironically, what are dragons like? Well, virgins, maidens. So I believe Maiden Gully here was named after the sacrifice of all the maidens that were used to lure this dragon. Yes, a bit of bait. What are your thoughts? So, how do you kill a dragon? Well, one way is to build a lot of towers, because you know, you got to get up to where that dragon is. And this is the main one in Bendigo. Yes, it's sitting on top of the hill, which I'll show you when we go up there. But just to prove that they built a lot of these towers to combat this dragon, yeah, let's go and jump to a few of them right now. So here's another one, and there's another one over there. So I'm sure these towers are built just to get the dragon. Yeah, well, they built barriers, walls, equipment to try and, you know, protect themselves from the dragon's fire. Yeah. So this is an old bunker. This is where they duck in for protection and keep feeding the tower up here with harpoons to fight the battle against the dragon. And not to mention the replacement of guys up there that were kind of getting sizzled. See, I told you so. Plenty of towers. But let's go climb this one. A lot of steps. Okay, finally made it to the top, and I tell you, what a view. If you're going to try and kill a dragon, you really need to be up at this level, so you've got, you know, able to shoot at it. It's hard enough from the ground, but doing it in a tower is so much more easier. The only way that you're going to kill a dragon is through its sacred heart. It's about the only method that's been found to be able to do that. So that's why these towers were put up all over Bendigo, in order to lure it in and yeah, have a crack at it. True. So this is how the story goes. Look, the main tower here was obviously strategically put. Yes, I'll give you a little bit of perspective on that. Down here is the very center of Bendigo, and that's where they plan to lure it in with a bit of bait. Ah, yes, the maidens. So if you're going to kill that dragon, you know, it's got to be right through that sacred heart of his, and hopefully that's what happened. Well, that's what I believe happened, which I'll show you a little bit further on down the track. So, tourist attractions in Bendigo. The tram, we'll get to that shortly. So this is where I believe those maidens were sacrificed, here in Bendigo. Yes, just to prove that we're back down here. Look at this glorious fountain, folks. Right in the heart here of Dragon City. So as you can see, the tourists are having a good gander at it, but do they know its real purpose? Well, I believe it's a monument to those maidens that were here to bait the dragon. I mean, why else would you have naked statues here in the middle of Bendigo? Those poor maidens.
Oh, these men. You really cannot trust them. They are like oh so terrible.
So what do you mean?
Oh, they say they want virgins. I am so not a virgin, honey.
Well, sweetie, neither am I.
OMG, how to totally ruin my day.
I hear you, my sister. I hear you.
Anyway, I believe a fountain is appropriate because that would help soothe their burning souls here. Yeah, what a way to go. Not nice. But here's the catch, people. So this locality here, this intersection, the hub of Bendigo, a little bit like Bendigo being Dragon City, this also has a peculiar name. It's actually called Charing Cross. Yeah, charring, like barbecue, you know, where you char your meat. What are the chances of that happening? Pretty damn low, I reckon. So Charing Cross, a tribute to the maidens. So you can see why I believe there was a dragon here. Well, all the evidence points to it. I mean, hey, where else are the glorious dead going to rest? So this is where the dragon met his death. Yes! He came down on that spire, right through his sacred heart, and was killed. And that's why they called this the Sacred Heart Cathedral. Come on, 2 and 2 together. And tell me, on each side of that spire there, well, are they dragons? They look like it to me. Okay, a little bit of an abstract sculpture or a reminder of the battle against the dragon that the gold miners won. But Bendigo got a little bit more established then, and so they thought they'd better put some countermeasures in place to ensure, in case of a dragon's return. So just around the corner from that big tower out there, put in the fire station here. You can see that, well dated. It wasn't the only thing that gave the people a sense of security. They also have got the rifle brigade over here. It's currently a pub, hotel, somewhere to have a great meal. Totally recommend it. But yes, why would you need the rifle brigade, the fire station, the sculpture of a dragon? It just all tells you that what I'm telling you is the absolute truth. Well, the story continues. So here we have another dragon fighting tower. And this one is at Central Deborah Gold Mines, where, as you can see, the tourists come in to go underground. Yes, underground mining tours. You can see that up there. Now, I believe that this tourist location is just a front. I believe buried beneath here are actually the dragon's eggs, and they're still looking for them because they don't want the havoc of the dragon to be, you know, set upon Bendigo once again to bring doom and gloom. It's actually a code name. Let me point this out to you. Got to find a sign. Yes, the Bendigo Creek that saved so many souls, from getting burnt. The bolt loose bike of truth, of course. Because here we have the spire of the cathedral in which the dragon had met his death, his fall from grace through the Sacred Heart. It's the minor details you got to look for, people. Ah, yes, the tower is strategically put to lure it in, because it's all about Operation Deborah. Yes, are they here for gold, or are they after the golden eggs that were left by this dragon? So Operation Deborah is an abbreviation for dragon eggs, buried officially right around here, or to stop the reoccurrence of this situation ever happening again. Well, that's the Dale tale. So what can I say? There's more evidence, but have we got time? Come and do your own search and see what you think. All these places do exist. Charing Cross, who would have thought? Maiden Gully, oh, Long Gully, you know, alias Dragon Gully. Yes, it's all there, folks. You just have to open up your eyes to see it. All right, with that, yeehaw, till next time.